Hi guys, welcome back. All right, we've got a couple minutes before we start our workout, so I thought I'd take the time early today to just go through a quick devotional. I asked the Lord to lead me to what passage I should read, and He said page 79. So that's where I am. That's where I'm going to read to you today. The danger of self-pity. Ouch. And a voice said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" In 1 Kings 19:13. We sometimes find ourselves in a predicament through no fault of our own. Oftentimes, while in that place, we make reactionary choices based on faulty perspective. Yes, times were tough for God's prophet, but self-pity had set in because he believed he was the only one left who followed God. Anybody feel like that with this pandemic sometimes? Depending on what your views are, maybe you feel, depending on which side you're on, maybe you feel like you're the only one left. I know I feel like that sometimes. It's scary how closely connected self-pity and self-importance are. Ouch. Well, God is patient with our frailties and compassionate with our weaknesses. He doesn't tolerate our self-sins because they'll kill us and diminish God or diminish our God-given influence. We don't need pity when we have the promises of God. We don't need pity when we have access to the very presence of God. When we find ourselves coddling our hardships more than we cling to the promises of God, we're on a slippery slope. Lament and grief are healthy and an important part of the healing process. Pity, on the other hand, is a parasite and will suck the passion and life right out of us. Be ruthless with your self-sins. They're not your friend, and you don't want them at your party. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Point out anything in me that offends you. Lead me to your everlasting way. I want nothing in my heart that offends you or hurts me. Revive and renew me, Lord. Amen. All right, so it is now 5:30, so we're going to get started with that workout. I just want to quick pray over you. Heavenly Father, I just pray that your presence would come upon us all now as we're about to work out, that you would just watch over our bodies, keep them safe from any injuries, and just when we get to that point where we're ready to give up, that your strength would come upon us, that we could do it through your strength and not ours. We ask this in Jesus' name. All right, so welcome back, guys. So today we have upper body. All you need today are a set of weights. I might switch between free weights and a barbell, but for the most part, it's just going to be free weights. If you want, if you have a hard surface, make sure you have a mat so you have something for your knees so you're not hurting yourself. Other than that, I think I made today's workout. Basically, the only equipment you need is the weights. And remember, if you don't have a set of dumbbells or a barbell, like there's one on the ground, you just can't see it, that like I have, look around your house. Like you could always fill up water bottles like these ones. You could fill them up with something heavier than water too. Like maybe you put rocks in there. I don't know. Get creative. Like I know it's hard to find that and maybe you don't want to spend the money or you don't have the money to spend, but find ways to do this workout at home and make it work for you. I want you to get the best out of this. So if you have any suggestions on things people can use, drop it in the comments. Be a resource to other people. And when you show up today, leave me a comment. Let me know you're here. Even if you're doing this recording later, I just love knowing who took the time to do this workout with me, whether it was now or later. It's just a blessing to me. So if you can, just let me know who you are. I do really appreciate it. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to get that warm up started. All right. step touch, roll those shoulders back. We want to get all of our upper body ready for some work. Forward rolls. Excellent. And if you ever come late, just jump right on in. We'll invite you to join us. I might not always know you just showed up because the numbers are so small in the screen I can barely see it. But just know, I'm welcoming you whether I realize it or not. All right, crisscross. Maybe you want to get a little jumpy with the feet, just to get that heart rate up a little bit. That's the thing with upper body. Your heart rate might not get up as high as lower body. Smaller muscles, therefore, they use up less energy to work them. But don't worry, you're going to get some work in today. All right, we're going to do some jumping jacks. Bring those arms up and down. Excellent. All right, take those arms in front, up and down. So you're still doing the jumping jack. You're just taking those arms in front. If you need to take the legs down here, that is totally fine. You don't have to make this high impact. In fact, for some of you, I don't even recommend it. Go based on what your body's needs are. All right, step touch, step and reach. I want you to reach it really high, like you're reaching for something on the top shelf. I want you to almost feel a stretch as you reach. Woo! All right, reach it down. All right, if you want to lift up those legs, you can. We're just pushing those arms back, bending that elbow, pushing backwards. If you want to just stay here and just the arms, go for it. Good job. All right, take those arms front. If you want to bring those knees up, you can. Not a requirement though. This is upper body. I just like to include my legs too. Bicep curls are going on right now. All right, I want you to just swim towards me. Swim it on up. All right, back it up. Backstroke. I gotta watch where I'm going. There are obstacles here. Swim it forward. Woo. Back it up. If you want to stand still, you can. All right, push it forward, pull it back. Forward, pull it back. Push, pull, push, pull. Don't worry about the legs. I'm just step touching, but you don't even have to do that. I want you to focus on the arms, not the legs. Ooh. Excellent. Take those arms front. Kind of like you're dancing. You don't have to dance, but you don't have to not dance either. Woo! It's a party up in here. Who said workouts had to be boring? Have some fun. Roll it up. Woo! I'm just rolling it up. If you want, you can stay here. Totally fine. All right, we got tricep push-ups first. So that first move, you're gonna be down on the ground. Elbows are gonna be tucked into the side. You're gonna bring those elbows grazing your side. All right, bring it down. Here we go. Either up on the toes or Down on the knees. If you're still like, Sarah, even on my knees, I can't do these. For today, if that's you, you can come into a tabletop and give me little dinosaur tricep push-ups. I'm calling them dinosaurs because you kind of look like a T-Rex. Otherwise, those elbows graze your rib cage. I want you to feel those elbows. They're not out here. They're in here. 3, 2, 1. Rest. So what do I mean? So when I teach classes a lot, I see this. Nope. We want tucked in, okay? All right, we're going to do isometric holds for this one. Here we go. Bring it down and hold. If you need to come down to those knees, you can. You're just holding here. Remember, if you needed to, you could be on that tabletop pose and come here. As long as you can feel it in those triceps, I'm okay with it. Trust me, I'm on my knees and I definitely feel it. Woo! Yes, I feel it. Woo! Come on, you know you love it. Three, 2, 1. Woo! All right. Last round. We're going to pulse for 3. Push it up. Pulse for 3. If you're extra brave, you can pulse the whole time. 3, 2. All right, here we go. Remember, you can be up on those toes, down on the knees, or in that tabletop. So give me 3 pulses and push it up. 3, 2, 1, up. So what we're doing here is we're actually trapping blood in that muscle before we push up. Woo! That's why those pulses burn so much. Woo! Tawando. Take my brokenness. 3, 2, 1. All right, move 2. Here we go. Grab free weights. You can go fairly heavy here. The largest weight I have for free weights is a 15, so that's what I'm going to go with. You're going to be down on the ground. So imagine I'm on the ground right now. I'm just going to show you standing up. Palms are going to be facing in. You're going to grip those weights. You're going to open it up wide. Bring it narrow. Notice there's a little bend in my elbow. They're not locked out, right? But they're not like this either. Just a slight bend. All right, get down on the ground. Meet me there. Get ready and set up. Woo. Here we go. Open wide. Squeeze it together. Woo. So you can bring those elbows, almost tapping them down on the ground if you want. When you come up, imagine your chest muscles squeezing themselves together. Actually picture it. See those muscles squeezing together. Woo. We are going to have such strong chest muscles after this. Yes, we are. Woo-wee. 3, 2, 1. Rest. And remember, with strength training, if it starts getting too easy, just go ahead and grab a heavier weight. If it gets too hard, grab something lighter. All right, we're going to slow it down. Count of 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. And up. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2. 10 more seconds, just like that. Keep going at this 4 and 4 pace. I'm not going to keep counting. You can count 3, on your own. 2, 1. Rest. All right. For this last one, you're going to come down to the base of it, and you're going to do 3 pulses. Bring it up. You got this. If you really want, you can stay down here and just pulse. That's an option too. So either 3, 2, 1, up. Or you have the option to stay here for the entire 40 seconds and just pulse it out. This is your base level though, to do 3 pulses and bring it up. If you want more of a challenge, you'll just keep pulsing. I'm going to stay at the base level though, but feel free to take that progression. Woo! Giddy up.
2, 1.
Rest. All right, on to move 3. We have got tricep dips. You have a couple different options. If you have a chair available, grab it. It could be a couch. It could be a chair. If you have a bench, go ahead and grab the bench. If you have nothing, I will show you really quick. If you have no furniture around you, you come down to the ground, come into a tabletop position, a reverse tabletop, and you're just going to drop down and up. However, most people have a chair in their home, and most people are in their homes right now. So you grab that chair. Here we go. Come off the edge. Bend those elbows. Push it up. I want you to get about a 90-degree angle. Maybe not quite, but close to one. As you dip it down and then push it up, okay? Woo! Yes. These ones are tough. You're using all your body weight and lifting it up. So this may feel really hard. But I want you to keep trying. Even if you have to take little breaks in between, don't give up, okay?
3,
2, 1, rest. All right. For the next round, we're going to bring it down and we're going to hold. If at any point you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die if I'm here another second, push it up, come right back down.
1.
Here we go. I don't want you to die. I got news for you though. When your body is at that point where you feel like I'm going to die if I continue, I promise you, you won't. Especially not doing this. We're not sprinting. But it can feel like that. That's when you have to remind your mind that your body is capable of getting through this. Will your mind want to? Absolutely not. But that's where you have to push through and tell your mind that's what we're doing.
3,
2, 1. Push it up.
rest.
All right. Last round is going to be those pulses. All right. So get yourself ready for those. You can do the 3 pulses, then up, or
3,
pulse the whole time.
2, 1. Pulse.
Here we go. So you can stay here the whole time, or you can go 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. Totally up to you. Woo! Yikes, right? These ones burn, especially because we're on our 3rd round. I saved the hardest one for last. You're welcome. 5 more seconds!
3, 2, 1.
Woo! Excellent. We're already on round 4. Go ahead, put your chair away. Grab some free weights. You actually may want to go just a little bit lighter than you were using for the chest fly, only because we are going to be standing here, stagger stance. Arms are going to come out, palms facing up, and you're going to push those weights up and pull them back down. You're going to want to feel a chest engagement here. All right, here we go. Arms go wide. Scoop it up. Pull it down. Like you're scooping something up, and then you're slowly lowering it down. So I don't want to see this. That is not the exercise, right? I know you aren't doing that. We want it slow and controlled on the way up and the way down. Check that core. Draw that belly button in right now. It's so easy to forget that core. but it's so
3,
important.
2, 1.
Rest. I know what you're thinking, but we're working our arms. If you don't engage that core, you're going to feel it back here. I didn't engage my core for the first one, and I could feel a little bit of straining back there.
2,
Engage that core.
Isometric.
All right, slow it down. Pull it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going at that tempo. Or just follow along with me. Some people might get on a different beat than me. That's why I stopped counting, just so it doesn't throw you way off.
2, 1.
Rest. All right. For this last one, we're going to bring it up. Give me 3 pulses at the top,
3,
and then bring it down.
2, 1.
Here we go.
Pulse.
Bring it up. 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1, and down. Woo! Keep it going here. Come on. You're doing amazing. Keep going here. Give me those pulses. I know this one's tough. I feel it too. Show those arms and chest who's boss. You are.
3,
Woo.
2, 1.
Rest. Woo. You guys gotta love the cute faces I make at you, right? Whew. All right, we are on round 5. We are gonna do one arm at a time. So you got 2 options here. Option 1, you just come down in a plank position, roll it up, kick it back, bring it down. If you want, if you have a bench available, you can kneel on the bench. Same exact thing, kneeling on the bench. Bring it up, kick it back, bring it up, down. So if you're using the bench, it's a little bit easier because you're not holding a plank. Keep going. Maybe you don't even have a bench, so that's not even an option. Well, guess what? You get to hold your plank then. You bring it up, kick it back. If you need to come down to that elbow, you can. A hairball here. Try and keep those hips level. I was finding mine moving a little bit.
1.
Rest.
Rest.
Do your best. I get it. Our body does not want to stay in that alignment. We're opening up. I just don't want you to open up really wide. We're just coming up,
3,
kicking back,
2, 1.
bringing it down.
Isometric.
All right, slow it down this time. So I want you to think you're trying to pretend you're in slow motion on camera. You don't want them to know that you're actually in regular time. Fool the camera right now. Slow it down for me. Slow motion for me. Woo-wee. Remember, you can kneel on that bench if you want.
3,
But if you can, be up in that plank.
1. Rest.
Rest. All right. For the last round, we're going to take the row out and we're just going to kick it back, okay?
3,
Whether you're on your bench
2,
or just on the
1.
ground in a plank.
Pulse.
So you're just kicking it back here, trying to square up those shoulders and hips. Check out my elbow. I'm just hinging it open like a door. It should burn. Should not feel easy. But feels too easy. Find a heavier weight. rest. Woo! Great job. All right. So you probably noticed we did all of that on one arm. I did it all on my right arm. So now we're going to switch over to that left arm, or you might have done your left arm first. That's fine. So get ready. Woo. Same thing. You can use that bench where you're just kneeling. Oh boy. This thing falls apart way too easily. So you either kneel on the bench. I'll turn this way. So, or you're up in that plank. So maybe you don't have a bench. Keep going, keep going. But the plank is too hard for you. In which case, just put one knee down. Hold yourself up here. Whew. But if you can, try and challenge yourself with that row and a kickback. Do your best to keep those hips square. Rest. To keep those hips square, you really got to draw that core in. So that's something I want you to focus on the whole time, drawing that core in.
3.
Remember, you can always take that kneeling stance.
Isometric.
Slow it down for me here. If it helps, you can say 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2. That's too slow. I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Keep that pace. It doesn't matter if you do 4s, 3s, 2s. Just keep it slow.
3, 2, 1.
Rest. Whew. You're going to feel it in that standing arm too, unless you're doing the kneeling. For the last one, remember, it's just the kickback. So we're just working that tricep for that part.
Alternate legs.
All right, here we go. And maybe this just really bothers your wrist. Do this on your elbows then. I honestly think it's harder on the wrist. I feel like it's harder to keep my hips square. Almost there. Less than 10 seconds. Whew. Falling over.
3,
2, 1. Rest. Woo! Well, that was fun, huh? All right. We're going to do an Arnold press next. You may want to go just a little bit lighter for this one. But that's up to you. I'm going to lower down just a little. I'm going to go to my 8s. I don't have a 10, so. All right. Pause this timer really quick just so I can show you what we're doing. You're going to start palms facing in. Feet are hip distance apart. We're stacking that joint. We're going to open it up wide like a goalpost. Palms facing out. And then pushing it up overhead. Bringing it back. Flipping those wrists in. Got it? All right, get ready. Get set up. Here we go. Palms facing you. Open them up. Palms facing out. Push it up overhead. Together. Flip them in. Flip those wrists. Flip them again. Flip. So when you bring it in, palms face you. When you're on the way out or up, palms face away. Whew. Great job.
3, 2, 1.
Rest. We're going to slow it down for round 2. So one way to remember that, you're checking out your nails, and then you're showing your nails to everybody else.
1. Isometric.
So when it's coming towards your face, checking out your nails, and then flipping it up, checking out those nails. Slow it down a little bit. I just sped it up a little bit too much there. Woo! Really focus on slow and steady here. We're working our muscles a little differently by making them go slower. It might feel harder.
3,
2, 1, rest. All right, for the last one, I'm gonna go back to that normal pace. I'm gonna open, up, pulse, pulse, pulse. So just that overhead press has the pulse.
1.
All right, here we go. Open, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, bring it in. Pulse it up, 3, 2, 1. Woo, keep going. 3, 2, 1. Woo. 3, 2. Oh my God, you guys, my face, I know. Woo! It really burns. Keep going, 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Rest! Woo! All right, you can go back to heavy again. This time we're gonna lay on the ground. I haven't done this one in a little while, but we're gonna do a lying dumbbell supination. Don't worry if that sounds like jibber jabber. In a way, it kind of is. Don't worry, I will demonstrate. I just want you to get comfy with this arm. You can rest it here. If it's easier for you, you can be on your elbow. I prefer being on my elbow, but if that doesn't feel good to you, all you're gonna do is flip that weight. Whew. So imagine your dumbbell is sort of like hourglass that you're flipping over and over. So I know when I've taken too much weight, and I have no shame, I will go down to something lighter. Mostly because I'm on camera and I have to finish the set no matter what.
1.
Rest. Woo! But maybe you just have to take extra breaks because maybe you just have one set of weights and you could just do the best you can with what you got. All right. The second one, I want you to slow it down. So hold it here, flip it here. So it's the same thing. You're still just flipping that wrist. So this is going to work those biceps, but you're going to also feel this a lot in that forearm. Something that we don't typically work in my class unless we do this move. Whoo, it's burning. This is a great bicep move. Oh!
3, 2, 1.
Woo! So if you haven't guessed yet, we just slowed it down. So this is the round where I want you to speed it up. If you need to go a little lighter, I get it.
3.
But do the best you can. Try and get through the full 40. Don't get too crazy and like injure your wrist or anything. Going so fast or that the weight's gonna like fling across the room. So that'd be an awkward explanation you'd have to give your either roommates or spouse or children, whoever lives with you. Well, you see, I was doing Sarah's workout class and I threw my weight across the room. Whew, that would not be good. And I did what I wanted to.
3, 2, 1.
Rest! Oh, shake it out. All right. If you haven't guessed it yet, we got to do this arm too. Woo! You want to do a little dance party in between? You can. I personally am all about the dance parties because all we're going to do is lay on the floor. So if that's your jam, get up and dance. If it's not, you just go ahead and watch and just kind of laugh and giggle to yourself. That's okay. Woo! All right. Rest on that elbow. And bend those knees. All right. Flipping that wrist. Lord, I'm ready now. All the walls are down. And I want to make it count. Yes, I want to make this count. And so do you. I don't want to let you down. Lord, I'm ready now. Woo! Get it.
2, 1.
Rest. Excellent. Way to go. This is a tough move. I don't know, partially because we're working things that we don't always work, but
3,
whew, it's tough.
1. Isometric.
Slow it down. I really want you to exaggerate the movement. So try not to flip the elbow way up. Try and keep it relatively low. That'll load up that bicep. If you lift it up too high, you'll start engaging a little bit of that tricep, you might notice. It's easier said than done. My arm likes to do this.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Don't I just make the cutest faces while I work out? All right, speed it up. This last round, I want you to get as many in as you can while still maintaining control.
Pulse.
All right, here we go. So what do I mean by that? Not doing that. Try and keep that elbow low. It's easier said than done. You'll see me doing it. It's okay if it happens. We're just focusing on not doing it as much as possible. It's not about perfection. It's about the effort. It's about the progress. We're never going to be perfect. We're human.
3,
That's okay.
2, 1.
Rest. All right. So for this next one, I'm going to use my barbell, but I'm going to show you first with weights because not everyone has a barbell. So all we're going to do, we're going to bend those knees. We're going to lean it forward. Take those shoulders up, back, down. Palms are going to be facing away from you. You're going to hinge it forward, and you're going to row it up, row it down. I'm going to use a barbell, but that's how you use free weights, okay? Make sure you bend those knees. Hinge it forward, shoulders are back, row it up. If you occasionally need to drop your weight and reset, I would rather you do that than have your shoulders hanging forward. Set them back. If you need to reset a few times, that's okay with me. I'm going to turn to the side here. You're just rolling it up to that rib cage.
1.
Rest.
Rest.
So you do want to bend in those knees. We're not locking that joint out, okay? Bend those knees. All right, this next one, we're going to hold it up and leave it there.
1. Isometric.
So you're just holding it here isometrically. Keeping those shoulders lifted. Keeping those shoulders away from those ears. Keeping them back. Pulling those shoulder blades back. Keep holding it here up to that rib cage. Don't let it drop. I know it's tempting to kind of lower it down, but keep it up to that rib cage. Woo! Great job, you guys. Come on. Woo! 2, 1, rest. Go ahead, shake it out. Whew. Especially after those supinations. My arms are feeling this. All right, this one, pulse up for 3, bring it down. Or if that doesn't feel right for you, you just go up and down. Some people might not like the pulse. It might not feel right for your body. That's okay. Make sure you're bent over. We're working the back here, not just the arms. That's why it's so important to keep those shoulders back. Rest. Woo! All right. This next one, I want you to go to your lightest weight. If you don't have a light weight, I'd even rather you just grab some water bottles or no weight, because we're going to be doing a rotator cuff exercise. So like you can use like 5s, but I wouldn't go much higher than that. We're not going to do a ton of this one, but honestly, you'll feel this one even if you just do your arms. We're going to draw the ABCs in the air. Here we go. So A, B, C. If you manage to get through the whole alphabet, just go back to the beginning. Maybe you do uppercase the first time, do lowercase the second time. It doesn't matter. It's hard to talk and do the alphabet in your head.
1. Rest.
Rest. All right. For round 2, you can go a little heavier. Don't get crazy though. I wouldn't go to your heaviest weight, just heavier than that one. We're just going to do front raises. So stack those hips underneath those, or feet underneath those hips. We're going to lift those arms up and back down. Up and down. So I want you to make sure that core is engaged, that chest is lifted. Those weights are only coming to about shoulder height. I don't need you to come up here. Just not the move we're doing. It's not wrong, it's just not what we're doing. Woo.
Three, 2, 1.
Rest. All right. Next round. Starting to crack my back. We are going to hold them up. So this is going to be an isometric movement. You're going to hold those weights up and leave them there. God is on the move. Why did I grab my 8s? Normally I do this with my 5s. Keep going. All right. So I noticed I was recruiting a little bit too much of my back when I'm wanting to work my deltoids. So I needed to, so what I was doing is kind of leaning backwards to hold them up. That's what I mean. So you might still feel this in your arms or your back. Rest. But I don't want you to hold them up. Sometimes people will kind of hold their lean back. We don't want that, okay? All right. Bicep curls are next. So you can go back to a heavier weight. This first one is just a plain old bicep curl. We're just curling it up, curling it down. Now, if you want, if you have like a big exercise ball, you can rest your elbows on that ball so that your arms can't move. Or you can just go ahead and do them like I am. You can use a barbell for this one as well. Palms facing away, curling it up to that collarbone, and back down. So if the weights start getting too heavy, you'll notice your body kind of doing this, kind of like we just did with that last movement. When those weights were too heavy for me, I was recruiting my back. Big no-no. We're working the biceps right now, which means if you're not using your biceps to lift those weights, I would rather you drop down to something lighter.
3, 2, 1.
Rest. You don't want to put too much strain on that back, especially after we just did those rows and we were working those lats pretty hard.
1. Isometric.
All right, slow it down. We're moving through pudding. I don't know why I picked pudding. Maybe sand. You gotta move pretty slow through sand, right? Woo! I know. I'm making the goofiest faces at you right now. That's okay. So you have the option to have those feet hip distance apart or stacking those joints, or you can always stagger your stance. Rest. So this is a strong posture when you have your knees and your ankles underneath your hips. We're stacking those joints. That's why we're doing it that way. Okay, for the last one, we're going to pulse. Little movement up and down. So we're trapping blood in those biceps right now. So it's going to get uncomfortable. That's okay. It's okay to get a little uncomfortable here. It's not fun, I know. But these moments of your discomfort, you will come to realize they are when the change happened. When you noticed results.
2, 1.
Woo! Rest. You're like, geez, I better because that was killer. All right. Bent over flies are next. So we're working the back with this one. So again, just like that bent over row, you're going to hinge it forward, keeping those shoulders lifted. So I don't want slouchy pants. I want superhero. Keep those arms back. You're going to fly it up. So check it out from the back. My shoulder blades are squeezing together like you're trying to catch something with those shoulder blades. All right, here we go. So hinge it forward. We're not here. We're here. You should be feeling this in the back. The back, the lats, your traps. Definitely going to feel it in those arms. Maybe a little bit in those delts. Don't worry if you don't know what those words mean. Not a big deal.
3, 2, 1.
Rest. I'm just pulling out some different muscles in your back. Woo! All right. We're going to hold it up for round number 2. You're going to squeeze those shoulder blades and hold it up.
Isometric.
So hinge it forward, hold it up. Depending on how heavy that weight is, they might not be up that high. That's okay. Get them up as high as you can. Whew. If you need to drop down, come back up, you can. Make sure those knees are bent. We're not locking out that knee joint, okay? Bend those knees. Woo! Keep holding.
3,
2, 1. Woo! Shake it out. Woo! Woo! That's me shaking out my back. All right. Pulses are next. We're going to pulse. All right, get ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, down. 3, 2, 1, down. 3, 2. If that bothers you at all, come back to that main fly. Some people, their backs can't handle the pulsing. If that's you, listen to your body. Keep those shoulders squared. Woo.
3, 2, 1.
Rest. Woo! Guys, we're already on move 13. All right. For this next one, it's going to be a little bit of a different thing throughout the 3 sets. Round 1, pick one arm. You have the option to just sit here and rest on your sits bones, or you can lift those legs up and come into a boat. Either arm is going to come out to the side. Palms are going to face you. You're going to just push it up overhead. That's it, okay? Here we go. So maybe you just want to focus on those arms, in which case you're here. You can even, maybe not that, if you need to, if even that's too much, you can either stand or come to your knees and just focus on the arms if you want. I almost said cross your legs. Don't do that. Woo.
3, 2, 1.
Rest. All right. For the second round, switch hands. Whew. So that was my right hand. Now my left hand is in charge.
3,
2, 1. Here we go.
Isometric.
So for round 3, this next one, we're going to use both of our arms. So you're going to have to grab your other weight. Whew. Falling over. So this really is forcing your core to engage here. Not only are we balancing, but we're using one arm instead of both right now. So your core is working double
3,
duty.
2, 1.
Rest. Woo! All right. Grab that other weight. Same thing. We're going to just push up overhead. Remember, you can come to your feet and just do overhead presses. You don't have to do this boat pose. Here we go. So maybe that's too much for you. You can plant your feet down or even come up to your feet and come to standing. Oh. 10 more seconds. I lied. That was 15. Keep going. Oh my God, they're getting heavy.
3,
2, 1. Rest. All right. Last move. You're going to want lightweight. We're working our shoulders here. We're going to do some T raises. I usually like to grab my little itty bitty friends. But guess what? Some people are like, Sarah, let's be real. I can do more than little 2-pounders. That's awesome. You go for your heavier ones. Just don't get crazy. We're going to do T raises. So lay down prone on your tummy. Arms come out to the side, making a T. Lifting it up and down. Up and down. We're working a much smaller group of muscles here. So that is why I'm using so much lighter weight. Now you can drop those hands down to the ground in between Or if you want, you can just come close to the ground and come right back up, never completely releasing the move. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, rest. All right, round 2. We're just gonna hold it up. So hold your T. All right, here we go. Hold it up. Make sure you're not holding your breath here. Now, if you've got something like an 8 or a 10-pound weight, this is gonna feel really tough. Feel free if you need to, you can drop down to something lighter. There's no shame here. You may even do this with no weights because weights might feel like it's too much. Always listen to your body. You want to challenge your body because you're not going to change without some challenge. But you also don't want to kill yourself trying to do too much. 2, 1, rest. All right. This is the last set of arm moves. We are going to pulse. It's going to be so much fun. All right, here we go. Little pulses. Woo! Like you're flapping your wings. Your really weird T-shaped wings. Check your breath here. Are you holding it or are you utilizing it? Keep pulsing. I know the pulses are harder. That's okay. You're not weaker. You're just doing a harder movement. Almost there. 5 more seconds. Woo! Rest. Excellent. All right. We're switching over to core. Our first move is going to be a side plank. Pick a side, push up either on that wrist or that elbow. Hang out here. Whew. If you want to try this out, you can try lifting up one leg. Maybe you need to modify. Drop one knee down. That's okay. Woo. Rest. I'm seriously just waiting for the day that leg lift gets easy. That's not today. All right, side plank, other side. Let's go. You can be down on that wrist or down on that elbow if you want to. You know, just drop one knee down. If you want it to be more challenging, you take that leg up. Woo. Takes a little more balance. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo. All right. We're coming into a plank position for mountain climbers. You don't have to run. You can go nice and slow if you want. I actually want you to cross the knees over towards the elbows if you can. If you want to run it out, you sure as heck can. I'm choosing to go slower and more controlled. Completely up to you. Make sure you're breathing. That's the only thing you don't have a choice of. Y'all better be breathing. Rest. Woo. All right. Let's cool that baby down. All right. Come to a comfortably seated position. Pull one arm across. Whew. I feel like oh, that's what I did. We did 15 moves instead of 14 today. I was like, how are we like out of time for our core moves? Well, I keep forgetting that I need 2 spots for the dumbbell supination. Other side, pull it across. Whew, that's okay. Join me tomorrow for hit core. We'll hit the core real hard. So if you feel like, Sarah, I really wanted to do more core today, you either wait till tomorrow. We'll get it in, I promise. All right, triceps. Pull down on that elbow. Or if you go into the playlist, there's a core video on there you could do. I think it's about 10 minutes, purely core. So you do you. Not to mention there's like a million different core videos on YouTube, so don't feel like you have to do mine. Go ahead, switch. Whew. Great job today, you guys. My arms are a little rubbery today, a little jello-ish. All right, I'm gonna have you come to your feet for this one. I want you to hinge it forward. Take the back, your hands behind your thighs, and I just want you to kind of round it forward. And I want you to stretch out the back here. So I want you to feel it through here. I don't know about you, but I felt a lot through my lats today. So I just want to make sure they get nice and stretched out. Go ahead, pull it up. All right, go ahead and like find a wall or something where you can just kind of push into it and turn away. Could be a door frame. All I want is for you to feel it through here. So in essence, you're just pushing against the wall and turning away to look at something else. Whew, feels good. Okay, other side. Push into that wall and turn away. Go ahead, release. Take that hand behind the back. Take that left hand on that right wrist. Pull it down. Take the head. Bring the neck or the ear to that left shoulder. Pull down on that arm. Feel that stretch to that neck. Go ahead, switch. Grab the other wrist. Bring the ear to the right arm, right shoulder this time. All right, come back to seated. Place those hands on those knees and just around the back, tuck the chin. So feel a stretch to the upper back this time. Okay, I want you to come into child's pose for the last stretch. You can take those knees wide or narrow. That part doesn't matter. Drop the head down and just pull those arms forward, kind of walking the fingertips forward so you feel a stretch in the shoulder. All right, roll it on up. Just gonna quick stretch out that wrist. Other hand. Excellent. We're just gonna close in a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for keeping our bodies safe during this time of physical worship to you. Lord, I just pray that as we go on with the rest of our day, that you would help us to tune into you and not listen to our minds that are often full of feelings that are just not true and are just leading us to our faults and things that we're shortcomings from. Anyways, Lord, thank you so much for our time together. I ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. Do you guys ever just like start praying or saying something and realizing that like your words are just gibberish at this point? That may or may not have just happened. But I'm so glad that you joined today. I hope that your arms felt that. And if it ever gets to a point where you're like, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it anymore, that's usually your body's way of telling you it's time to go up and wait. So if you ever get to that point, you might find that like your biceps or your triceps need heavier weight faster than your shoulders. And that's totally normal and that's great. Listen to your body, always tune in. I'm so grateful you're here. You weren't here by mistake. You were meant to be here. So you guys have an excellent night. Thank you so much, guys.